Guy making his girl kneel, while gaming wanted to feel that ice and fire thrills. Suddenly her mouth split to her ears, that desperate screaming sound. Reached the tower pushing MC ears, but he was not surprised at all. Instead he calmly destroyed the crystal, then relying on his memory he opened the door. Knocked by hot neighbor, said she could hide inside, but first she must close her eyes. She obeyed too. Show she would do anything to enter. It felt like some kind of dark trade, but in the very next second hour, MC decisively swung his cleaver and chopped her head off. System popped up, killed potential zombie, got points. Prompt: actually Lin Fan was a normal solo interior designer living alone 1 hour ago. He kindly saved a desperate hot neighbor but didn't expect her to suddenly mutate and bite him to death. But at the moment of his death he successfully connected to the zombie Doomsday Survival System, which made him reborn back to 1 hour before his death. Lin Fan added his new points to strength and truly felt the power boost. At the exact same time, that hot neighbor's headless corpse actually lured another zombie. Until Lin Fan opened the door, alarming it. It stiffly turned its gross eyes staring at him. About 10 seconds later the zombie finally lunged at this tasty food, but Lin Fan swung his blade again. The sharp cleaver chopped its head off. System popped up again, killed zombie, got points. Prompt: looking at the intact body of the neighbor, Lin Fan felt more zombies would come. He just needed to ambush behind door to kill way more zombies. Soon 1 hour later, layers of stacked zombie corpses blocked Lin Fan's doorway. He also gained massive points afterwards. He searched for her corpse but couldn't find it anywhere. Wait, was she already eat clean? Well, that is a bit tricky now, so dirty and they will surely stink. The hallway is a public area. As an owner he must clean it up. Then he got a rope and tied all corpses together, about to throw them into the nearby trash pile when the ceiling bulb suddenly buzzed, followed by a familiar wheelchair shadow right at the corner. Moving slowly, it was a middle-aged guy who was a junkie in his youth, got shocked stealing wires. Luckily his limbs were amputated to save his life. Seeing alive Lin Fan, he looked hideous, roaring to get the tasty blood, but still got his head chopped by Lin Fan. Uncle Zhang, isn't your house on the 2nd floor? How did you get up to the 7th floor? Did you come all the way here just to give me a wheelchair? I was worrying dragging them is hard. Uncle Zhang, you are so nice. Don't worry, I will return it. When done, just like that, Lin Fan threw all the zombie corpses into the downstairs trash bin. He still couldn't believe it's Doomsday to keep surviving. I must go collect some supplies, but anyway, do they count as normal trash or are they recyclable? Living alone sucks here. No one can help answer my questions. This is Uncle Zhu's home. His drug addict son is waving at Lin Fan. This bald guy used to bully Lin Fan before stole his bike and got caught. Even cops were called in their end, although that bold guy returned Lin Fan's bicycle. He still beat him up. The next day Lin Fan glared coldly at him, asking, "What's up?" Baldy was shocked hearing him. Damn, this idiot dares to speak. Isn't he afraid of luring zombies? But being dumb is good. I am almost starving to death. Perfect time to use him for my life. Then he wrote on a piece of paper, "Go find some food and drinks, deliver them to my door." Lin Fan shook head, answering, "Why I want." Baldy held back his anger, lips moving, cursing motherfucker, and wrote on the paper again, "Do as I say and I let you live with me. Find a chance. I will take you to escape here. I know a secret base." But Lin Fan still calmly rejected him. Still a no. Baldy looked dark, near and raging. Didn't expect this kid to be so foolish. Then don't blame me since you want to die. Then I will grant your wish, saying that he threw a few metal basins at Lin Fan's position. Those metal basins hit the ground and immediately made loud clanging noises. Soon the nearby hallway had movements. A few zombies roared, rushing to Lin Fan. Baldy watched excitedly from 2nd floor. "Weren't you so bad as just now?" Scared silly already, her legs too weak to even run away now. But next second Lin Fan swung the cleaver in his hand, chopping off 2 zombie heads at once, gaining 2 points instantly. That Baldy stopped laughing. Damn it. Is this kid actually this strong? I admit you got some skills, but so what? There is still 1 zombie left. How about it can't react in time, right? Idiots who defy my orders deserve death. Lin Fan was seen carrying the last zombie on his shoulder, not because he couldn't kill this last zombie, but he purposely kept it to throw it to Baldy as a big gift. However, just as he was about to handle these killed zombies, he saw the scumbag Baldy up there, who used to bully him before. Without a word, he threw a live zombie right up into his place. That Baldy was also speechless as he somehow caught the zombie. Then Lin Fan waved goodbye amid the screams. "Just ask him if you have questions. No need to be like me, having no companion to answer things." Soon Lin Fan arrived at a nearby supermarket, killing a few zombies inside. After gathering some supplies, he habitually went towards the zombie cashier to pay. "These supplies should last me a while, and I also bought some seeds to find a proper place to plant later, so I can slowly become self Sufficient, but this cleaver is chipped, but just as he was thinking to get a handier weapon, a public bus sped quickly towards Lin Fan, and their running engine noise also attracted a large horde of zombies. However, the oncoming headlights reminded him of bad childhood. It turns out his mother died in an accident early, and his father wanted to be with his mistress, so he planned to abandon Lin Fan, but Lin Fan's crying annoyed the mistress auntie so much she grabbed his father's steering wheel to stop and teach him a lesson, but crashed into an oncoming truck. Lin Fan was still immersed in his tragic childhood. When the bus driver cursed his family, idiot, wanna get on the bus, but I don't plan to take you, just wait to be go to hell. But a boy with glasses felt it was wrong. If we don't let him get on, he will be killed by zombies we lured. Teacher said we should help, but before finishing he got his throat cut by the man. Screw the teacher, I can do whatever the hell I want. Even a four-eyed frog like you dares to lecture me. I have always disliked you. You top students are teachers' dogs now. Without teacher backing you up, you are just at my mercy since you are so caring. I will mercifully send you to join him. After pushing the boy off the bus, the man drove the bus straight away, but he still looked at the rearview mirror with lingering fear. This idiot actually carries a cleaver. Does he think he can fight the horde all by himself? What a retard. Right then Lin Fan finally snapped out of his deep thoughts, muttering crazy stuff about dying. I am not going to die. I made a promise to my mom. I will definitely become a brave, sunny, and kind adult in her eyes. Then Lin Fan aimed at the bus tire and threw his cleaver with all his might. Under his powerful strength stats, the cleaver really pierced the tire. Losing balance, the bus crashed into a roadside sign, causing it to flip. The arrogant man from before is now like a dying dog begging for help. I was wrong. I really know my mistake. Sorry. Please save me, I beg you. Lin Fan glanced at him, shaking head. No, you don't know you are wrong. You just know you are dying. And you are scared. Oh right, your friend came to see you. I will go first. Want interrupt your catch up. The man was confused. What are you saying at this moment? How could I have friends coming? Come back, save me. But right after he spoke, the glasses boy who just got his throat cut and pushed off the bus suddenly appeared, and that huge horde chasing the bus crazily tore his body apart. Now Lin Fan's strength stat has already reached super strong, 35 points. But just as he passed by a neighborhood, a widow and child called him. There are so many zombies at that crossing. How did this young man get here? But that doesn't matter. The most important thing now is Lin Fan originally had no interest in her, but seeing the starving little girl next to her, he still couldn't bear it. Then he came to the door and saw the woman kneeling down. Little brother, I know this request might be too much, but please share some food with me. We have nothing left. My husband is dead. I really have no choice. I don't need too much, just a little for my daughter to eat. Lin Fan saw this and directly stuffed 2 pumpkins and winter melons over. I will sell you some. The woman was surprised. Inside, is money still useful now? Whatever, since he wants it, just give it to him. But at this moment Lin Fan's eyes were drawn to a hanging sword on the wall. The woman took down the sword, saying, my husband loved playing games. So he bought a replica. If you like it, I can give it to you. It's so dangerous outside now. You can use a weapon for self-defense. Lin Fan said he was embarrassed, but actually loved it. She told him to take it. We can't use it anyway. You need it more than we do. Lin Fan waved goodbye friendly. Don't worry, I won't take your stuff for free. If anything happens, just call me. The little girl thought he was weird, but the woman said maybe we are the weird ones. Lin Fan looked at the replica sword, excited. This Frostmourne, I saw it on websites before. I always wanted one. Slicing zombies with it must feel great. But right then, a woman suddenly fell from the sky, crashing right in front of Lin Fan, covered in bruises contrasting sharply with her intact skin in other places. Body fully bruised, a fat guy stood on the 5th-floor balcony looking pissed with scratches on his face. What a pity. Don't know when I will meet such high-quality goods again. Lin Fan downstairs saw at a glance that the woman suffered brutal torture before dying, and the despair, anger, and helplessness in her eyes was exactly the same as how his mom looked at his dad back then. He decided to get justice for her, asking the fatty why he did this. The fat guy was stunned at first, didn't expect someone on the street dared to speak up. Then he cursed loudly, who the fuck are you? You are not a resident of this building. This building is my territory. I play with whichever woman I want here. None of your business. Lin Fan must do something because the mother and daughter who gave him sword also live in this building. So he picked up the female corpse, counted the floors to confirm 5th floor. The fat guy thought he was scavenging, wanting to go home and abuse the corpse, but sadly unmoving bodies are worse than blow-up dolls. Get lost before I get mad, or see how I teach you a lesson. Then the fat guy went back cursing to his sofa and opened a can of beer to find new goods later to properly relieve my lust. It's doomsday now. I can play however I want. This feeling of doing whatever is great. Then came a knock on the door. He reflexively sat up from the sofa, grabbed a bat and checked the peephole. It's doomsday. Who is knocking? Could it be zombies? It would be bad if zombies are in hallway. How am I supposed to go out and find new goods to play, however, through the peephole? He saw the woman he just played to death. Even a pure evil scumbag like him was totally caught off guard by this. Actually, Lin Fan was holding her, knocking. Open the door, I know you are inside. Hearing Lin Fan's voice, he breathed out, fuck, so it's this idiot, get lost you psycho. But if I just shout loudly, the zombies attracted will bite that idiot to death. I am such a freaking genius. Next second, the door was violently kicked open. The fat guy behind fell to the ground. He looked at Lin Fan, like seeing a ghost. How could a solid security door be kicked open? Lin Fan looked around and actually found lots of torture tools. Fatty crawled out from the door cursing, why the fuck did you bring a corpse to my house? Don't look for trouble here, Lin Fan said. Of course I brought her to witness you paying the price. Then Lin Fan tied the fat guy up and added a gag, planning to send him to police station. Fat guy cursed him as a psycho. Let me go. Have you watched zombie movies or zombie novels? If you have, you should know how to survive in Doomsday. What to do? Don't you feel doing whatever is great? Lin Fan immediately slapped him. Are you stupid? Novels and movies are just fiction. Can't you distinguish fiction and reality? This slap's power was surprisingly huge. It slapped the fatty straight to the station. Fatty was losing consciousness, speechless, feeling a burning pain on his face. Who exactly can't distinguish reality? What's the point of sending me here? It's already Doomsday. People ran away. No one can punish me but Lin Fan smiled grimly. Wrong, you misunderstood. There are still people. The fat guy's eyes slowly turned, feeling the rot smell behind watching him. Surrounded by zombies in police uniforms, Lin Fan also completed his mission. See, even as zombies, they still stand guard here to punish those criminals who did evil deeds. Others are in Doomsday seeking rare medical books, but this man treats a vegetable planting manual as a treasure. Even though the outside city is occupied by the zombie army, he still obeys the library book checkout rules. Actually, right after Lin Fan punished the fat guy, next day, an armored car arrived outside the library. 3 people stepped out. They came to the library this time to find medical books. They stayed alert to surroundings, but saw not a single zombie. Thought they were lucky with no zombies. But the female boss leading told the 2 grunts not to rush, opening and took out a dagger, tapping on a stainless steel pillar to make a noise. The 2 grunts immediately understood and stayed alert. Again, if there are many zombies, they will drive away fast. After testing, the boss quickly opened door and ordered the grunts to move fast, go check the medical book section. But precisely at this time, MC Lin Fan appeared and friendly greeted the 3 people. One highly tense grunt was instantly scared to the ground. Damn, a zombie can speak human language. Lin Fan quickly told them to calm down. Hey, I am not a zombie. I am a living human. The boss asked, what are you doing here? Lin Fan pointed at the beloved vegetable planting encyclopedia, reading. What else to do here? One grunt heard this and found it logical. Boss, you seem to have asked a dumb question. The boss lowered her voice, cursing, shut up. Then politely said to Lin Fan, we mean no harm. Sorry to bother you. Lin Fan said, it is fine, just keep your noise down a bit. It's a library after all. The 3 were speechless, feeling this might be a trap. The boss thought, I recognize his sword. It's a game prop. Carrying it normally is understandable, but it's Doomsday. Now I suspect this guy is out of his mind. But the boss couldn't care if it's a trap or psycho anyway. Just keep it down now to avoid unnecessary conflict with him. Actually, the boss had a hunch. This man in front is not to be messed with. Not that she knew anything, but just a woman's intuition to avoid any trouble. The 3 silently sped up, packing books. But just as they were about to leave, they were stopped by Lin Fan, who was reading. Are you leaving now? The 3 instantly tensed up hearing this, thinking, is he gonna attack us now? The boss still politely asked, what is the matter? But Lin Fan said, you packed so many books, leaving requires registration. These books aren't personal borrowing, needs records. Hearing this, the 3 petrified on spot. Damn bro, you really lost your mind. Don't you see the situation now? And you still want to register? Which mental hospital did you escape from? The whole city only has Kingshan Mental Hospital. The boss felt his actions illogical but tactfully asked, can I take the liberty to ask, do you know what the situation is outside? Lin Fan calmly answered, I know it's Doomsday. Outside has biting zombies. Besides that, not much has changed. The woman's expression was complicated, not knowing if this man is truly crazy or faking it. The grunt thought he was targeting them. No bro, do you really know the situation outside? Are you scared silly by Doomsday? Whatever. You have your own thoughts, let's just not mess with each other, mind our own business. Okay, Lin Fan told them not to be nervous. I mean no harm, just a reminder. Outside is indeed very dangerous now under this situation. You surely don't want trouble. I understand. By the way, I am Lin Fan, living in Sunshine Community Building 2. Unit 2704. Find me if you are in danger. I am very strong. Even 800 zombies are no match for me. Hearing this, the 3 Fell silent thinking it's confirmed this guy is absolutely crazy. Run fast boss expressed thanks to Lin Fan and took their other two grunts too. Flee the library rapidly. Lin Fan didn't even react before they vanished. They left way too fast. I haven't even asked your names yet. But whatever, morning is the best time to achieve self-sufficiency in food. I must hurry up and learn about planting knowledge. Meanwhile, in some underground desert base, a group in hazmat suits are doing various experiments. It's weird according to our tests. The cells inside zombies' activity get slightly stronger every day. You mean zombies are evolving? You can't say that. Leave that aside for now. I just want to know, can we make antibodies? No, these viruses are very weird, something we have never seen before. Not even anything similar to it, do you? No zombie genes? You mean these people came back from the dead? Living in another form, the woman lost her husband, leaving a daughter in the zombie doomsday. She wants someone to rely on. Hoping the MC can take them both, with him willing to offer everything she has for it. Actually, right after MC Lin Fan finished the planting books, he went back and found an empty plot, planning to plant some plants here, but this plot belongs to public area. Planting rashly might lure many zombies and destruction from residents, so he deliberately shouted at the community. I live in building 2 unit 2. 704 owner Lin Fan. I will plant veggies in this empty plot. Later anyone objects. As expected, this shout directly lured all nearby zombies over here. Even zombies in the houses heard it. Smashed windows and jumped down in a blink. Massive zombies gathered together, attacking Lin Fan. Main instantly draws Frostmourne, slashing the incoming zombies. It's as soft and easy as slicing tofu. The stat points he gains skyrocket wildly. Soon the clearing is covered in corpses. This way Main doesn't have to fear zombie sneak attacks while planting crops. Just to be safe. He shouts toward their apartment complex. Does anyone else have a problem with this? After confirming the area is clear, a sudden wave of hunger hits him. He plans to grab some good food nearby and check on that mother and daughter. Later, he finds a soft-shell turtle in the market. While delivering supplies to the duo, he decides to stay for dinner. The woman knows every favor comes with a price. You've selflessly helped us so much already. I didn't want to make you resent us, but my husband is already dead. If something happens to me, my daughter. Main reads between the lines and puts his bowl down. He asks her exactly what she needs. The woman is stunned. She never expected Main to agree so quickly. Blushing, she reveals her true thoughts. I want to take my daughter and follow you. Main never actually wanted anything from her. He just thought they wanted to move into his old complex. If you really want to move in, I'll take you to the housing agent. The woman looks at Main with utter confusion. She wonders to herself, are we even on the same page? Meanwhile, on the roof of a luxury apartment, a middle-aged man's phone suddenly buzzes. He treats every incoming call as a lifeline for rescue. But when he answers, the voice on the line leaves him completely dumbfounded. Hello, Mr. Chen, the house you listed with Zinfeng Agency. Can I rent it from you? Chen Gang furiously hangs up. What a psycho. Making stupid jokes at a time like this. Is he blind or something? Can't he see what the world has become? Their apocalypse happened so fast. If this was a luxury complex with strict security gates, they would have been dead long ago. These days everyone stares at the sky from the roof, hoping to see a rescue helicopter. But so far, they haven't seen a single ghost. Just as Chen Gang feels hopeless, his phone rings again. This time before the other side can even speak, he curses FCKU. Are you out of your mind? On the other end, Main is surprised. Why are you swearing? I just want to rent a house. Chen Gang doesn't reply and hangs up once more. Main sighs, wondering why Chen Gang is so irritable. Whatever, I'll just call him back and ask. Chen Gang is furious. You bastard. What exactly do you want? Main replies calmly, Mr. Chen, I just want to rent your house. No need to be so mad. Chen Gang's pent-up rage finally explodes. Fine. I'm at the roof of Fangji International, Building 3. If you want to rent, come over here right now. Come on if you have the guts. Getting permission, Main immediately bids the women farewell. Wait for me here. I'm going to go rent a house for you. The woman tries to say something to stop him, but Main has already shut the door. On the other side, a young man walks up to Chen Gang. Bro Chen, what's wrong? Chen Gang answers nothing. Just an idiot, the young man pulls him aside. Ignore him. Come here for a sec. Let's talk business. Bro Chen, I just did the math. All our combined supplies will only last us half a month max. Chen Gang frowns. You mean, the young man whispers, including you, there are 15 of us. Those 4 old folks are useless to keep around. Let's just kill them. Chen Gang thinks doing it openly will make the others protest. After all, the food they ate recently was shared by those 2 old couples. The young man smirks menacingly. Leave it to me. I'll handle it. Once the old folks are gone, we'll kill off their other guys too. As for the women, kill the ugly ones. Chen Gang agrees to only keep the pretty ones. Nobody knows when this apocalypse will end. Keeping them around for fun is a good idea. To survive, the young men conspire to push the elderly off the roof. But the old veteran feared their conscience would suffer. He was willing to give up his supplies and return home to die, but was ruthlessly rejected by the group. They insisted on watching the old man die to feel secure. Meanwhile, after getting the agent's approval, Maine rides his bike to Fangji International. Along the way, he plays around with The Walking Dead. Hearing the commotion on the street, survivors peek out to look. Some even send SOS signals to Maine. But others know he won't get far. He'll surely be torn to pieces by the horde. A long time passes. When Maine looks back, he realizes the zombie horde behind him has lost track of him. He stops at the gate. At a glance, the environment is countless times more luxurious than his old place. Up on the rooftop, the group huddles together, plotting a horrific scheme to seize the old folks' supplies and throw them off the building. Seeing the youth whisper, how could the sharp elders not notice? Old man Wang Zhongguo is a military veteran. He fought in countless battles in his youth. He continuously comforts his wife, a retired army doctor. We are old now and supplies are running out. Those youngsters probably want to kill us burdens. I think, let's just give our hope of survival to them. This country, this society still needs the youth to rebuild. The old man sitting nearby is Zhu Aijun, a retired military expert. He chuckles softly, Brother Wang, you're so open-minded. Wang turns and asks if he feels the same. Zhu Aijun nods. Giving is all I've done my whole life, I don't know how to do anything else. Can't blame the kids. Survival comes first. I just feel sorry for my wife. His wife Liang Yan rolls her eyes at him. I've suffered 4 decades with you think I care about a bit more suffering. Meanwhile, Chen Gang and Xiao Bin have convinced everyone. They march toward the 4 elderly people together. But Xiao Bin harbors dark intentions, kill the old geezers first, then kill the other men and finally kill Chen Gang. That way all the supplies and women will be his. But at this moment, Wang Zhongguo proactively walks toward the crowd. We know what you all are thinking. Don't worry, we won't take up your supplies and you don't need to push us. Some actions once done will leave a permanent stain. It will torture your minds and bodies forever. Us old bones will just go back to our homes to wait for death, but even so they refuse to let it go. Who knows if they will go downstairs and open the security door to let the zombies in. They must be thrown off the roof. Right as the standoff reaches a breaking point, a loud knock comes from the iron door. Mr. Chen, are you there? I'm the one who called earlier. I want to rent your house. Chen Gang acts like he saw a ghost. It's the F-seeking apocalypse. Who rents houses? Who the hell are you? Bang, the 3 cm thick iron door gets ripped open. Main strength attribute has already reached a whopping 40 points. He accidentally used too much force and smashed the door open. Xiao Bin whispers a wicked plan to Chen Gang, bro, tell him he can rent it. Watch him go downstairs. Once he reaches the ground floor, we throw the 4 old geezers down to make a huge noise. The zombies will come out, he will run away, and our spot will become even safer. Chen Gang listens and chuckles sinisterly. Makes sense. You are a smart kid and quite ruthless too. He waves his hand dismissively at Maine. Hey you, house is yours. Now get lost. Maine didn't expect it to be this smooth. He immediately pulls out a wad of cash. Chen Gang is stunned. He genuinely thinks this guy is retarded. He impatiently urges Maine, alright, that's enough. Live there for as long as you want. Now hurry up and leave. Just as Maine turns to leave, he notices the old people leaving the roof too. Excuse me, are you Grandpa Zhu Aijun? Zhu Aijun looks at him in surprise. Young man, you recognize me. Maine shakes his hand excitedly. I've seen you on TV. When foreign nations blocked our weapon tech, you led the team to overcome technological barriers, giving us weapons we can be proud of. You're a hero. Zhu Aijun laughs. You flatter me. It's all in the past, Maine looks at the others. Elders, are you leaving the roof? It's very dangerous outside right now. Zhu Aijun shakes his head. We won't return. Supplies are low, we leave the hope to the youth. We are already old and useless. We won't waste resources. Hearing this, Maine's face suddenly darkens. In his mind, he imagines all kinds of scenarios where elders are persecuted. Even Chen Gang feels a chill down his spine seeing this expression. This kid is ruthless, Maine wants their elders to follow him. My place is pretty safe. And I believe I have their ability to protect you. But the elders flatly refuse. Thank yous but no. We'd only drag you down. Hearing you say that is already comforting enough for us. Maine continues to persuade them. I'm very strong. Just come with me. You can stay at my apartment complex first. I'll find an agent to rent a place for you. The elders fall into deep thought. Zhu Aijun masks his awkwardness with a smile. This young man is quite unique. Maine actively grabs the old man's hand. Don't hesitate. Just listen to me and follow me. Let's go. Chen Gang doesn't want to let them leave like this. He steps up to stop them, but Xiao Bin holds him back. Bros, let them go. Isn't this even better? Once they go downstairs, we lure the zombies over. Let the zombies take care of him and those old geezers together. They are old heroes who were willing to sacrifice their lives for the nation. But in their twilight years, they are kicked out of the safe zone by the youth. Not only did they steal the elder supplies, they also smash flower pots downstairs to make noise. All to lure out the nearby zombies and have them all eat alive. The older generation truly underestimated the malice of modern youth. They were willing to take bullets for comrades on the battlefield. How could they have known the youth could be so vicious? Only the retired expert Zhu Aijun notices an anomaly. Wait, have you guys noticed something? What's with all these zombie corpses on the ground? Did someone invent a weapon that can easily kill them? Wang Zhongguo tells him to stop being senile. That kind of thing is impossible to develop this fast. Then they all turn to look at Maine. Maine looks slightly embarrassed. I had no choice. I had to kill them all to safely reach the rooftop. But the elders don't care about the corpses. They care about the fact that he killed so many zombies single-handedly. Meanwhile, the guys on the roof have thrown all the pots, but haven't seen a single zombie appear. Chen Gang doesn't believe it. He shoves a man aside to look for himself. Get lost, let me see what's going on. But just one glance sends Chen Gang into a cold sweat. Why is the ground covered in zombie corpses? Suddenly, a scream rings out beside them. The man leaning over the edge was just pushed off the building by Xiao Bin. The other survivors are horrified. But Xiao Bin nonchalantly adjusts his tie. Why are you looking at me? Since smashing things can't attract them, we can only do this. The smell of fresh blood will lure zombies from afar. Chen Gang leads the cheers, praising his brilliance. The other survivors quickly follow suit. Soon, the man crashes to the ground. His body shatters on impact. Blood splatters, dyeing the area red. The zombies in the distance seem to distinguish the smell of fresh blood and frantically sprint toward that direction. On the rooftop, Chen Gang laughs heartily. Xiao bro, your method is perfectly timed. Let's see how those idiots escape now. I can't wait to hear their agonizing screams. Zhu Aijun's wife is a teacher. Seeing the zombies rush over, she panics and asks her husband what to do. But Maine simply asks the elders if they have a car. Wang Zhongguo replies yes, but it's parked in the garage. Why do you ask? Maine glances back and smiles. Good, otherwise my bike couldn't carry all of you. Elders drive to the location I mentioned earlier. I have something to take care of first. With that, he runs straight for the main gate. Wang Zhongguo and Zhu Aijun try to stop Maine. You're still young. Run before the zombies break through the gate. We will hold them off. If anyone has to die, it should be us old folks. But their wives pull them back. Stop being dramatic. He's not an ordinary kid. Just listen to him. Not causing him trouble is the biggest help we can offer. Meanwhile, Maine arrives at the gate and complains, I told you guys, you zombies never exercise. Your physical fitness is terrible. I've been here for ages and you're just arriving. On the roof, Chen Gang finds the kid too bizarre. Something is weird. The horde hasn't broken the gate yet, why is he running straight toward them? Xiao Bin thinks Maine is just scared silly. He must have lost his mind, what else could it be? A moment later, Chen Gang laughs again. You hit the nail on the head, Xiao bro. That kid actually opened the gate himself. Wait, why is he running away again? Xiao Bin thinks running makes logical sense. No matter how dumb, you can't defy survival instincts, Chen Gang agrees. You really are a man of vision, Xiao bro, but the next second, Xiao Bin loses his cool. Wait a minute, bro Chen. Something's wrong. The direction he's running towards. They look at each other with absolute terror in their eyes. He's leading the zombies right to us. Under Maine's enthusiastic guidance, the horde floods into their residential building like a tide. Shortly after, Maine appears on the roof again. The crowd roars at him, what the FCK are you trying to do? But Maine just grabs a door panel and hides behind it. Didn't you guys want to lure the zombies? I'm just being helpful by bringing them to you. FCK. Moments later, dozens of zombies swarm their roof. Seeing the survivors is like seeing a buffet. Chen Gang and the others turn pale with terror. Oh, thank you so FCking much. After the four elders moved into Maine's apartment complex, they frequently have dinner with Lai Mei, her daughter, and Maine. But today, Fei Fei notices Maine constantly staring at her. She thought she had dirt on her face. After a long while, Maine asks about her school bag. Fei Fei blinks, completely confused. School bag? What school bag? Maine points to their old lady. Even though it's their apocalypse, you're still young and can't do much. You should study hard. Grandma Liang is a retired teacher, she can teach you. I'll find time later to bring back your school bag and textbooks. Fei Fei, who hates studying, looks at her mom in despair. It's the literal apocalypse. Do I really still have to study? Lai Mei thinks about it and agrees with Maine. Be a good girl, listen to him. Studying is the only thing you can do right now. Maine tells them to eat first. He'll go downstairs to throw the trash and grab her school bag along the way. Fei Fei cries out, Uncle, what did I ever do to you? And just like that, the once lifeless Sunshine Complex welcomes 6 new residents, adding a touch of liveliness. Night falls. 2 zombies stagger towards a 2-story auto repair shop. But the next second, 2 arrows pierce their skulls, killing them instantly. The archer was an amateur shooter before their apocalypse. Now he's clearing the roaming zombies on the street. But he can't clear the ones inside the shops, fearing he might attract the whole horde's attention. With him are 1 woman and 2 other men. Currently, their food can only last 7 days. But their water supply is fine for now, the water plant hasn't stopped. Someone must be there keeping it running. Suddenly, a massive explosion echoes outside. The archer's face turns deadly pale. The explosion flares from a nearby building. The zombies outside are instantly drawn to it. The short-haired woman rushes to the window to see which bastard made such a huge commotion. Then outside, a lone woman appears, being chased by the zombie horde. She screams in utter despair as she runs. Suddenly, a giant palm slams down, smashing her into a bloody pulp. It's a terrifying 3 to 4 meter tall giant zombie covered in black veins. It possesses monstrous, horrifying strength. The short-haired woman turns ghostly pale. This is a mutated giant zombie. Can zombies evolve too? But at this moment, from their alley comes the sound of trash can wheels rolling. Hearing this noise, she thinks there's another giant zombie lurking nearby. But the next second, the person pushing the trash can is actually Maine. He even runs over the horde and knocks the giant zombie down. Main strength attribute has reached its absolute limit. His stamina and speed are also super strong. Passing the alley, he doesn't even glance at the giant zombie. Hiding on the second floor of the repair shop, the short-haired woman quickly recognizes him. It's him. It's actually him. The guys feel like they just survived death. Holy SHT. Are my eyes deceiving me? Did I just see a guy running with a trash can? Big sis, the giant zombie was lured away by that guy. We are saved. The scene cuts to the supermarket below Lai Mei's old apartment complex. Main places the trash can at the gate and plans to go upstairs to get Feifei's school bag and textbooks. But four thugs hiding on the second floor of the supermarket call out to him. Hey, what are you doing? Main looks up at them. Can I help you? The trash cans at my place are full, so I found a place to dump it in. Before he can finish, the thugs burst out laughing. Listen to this guy. He says he came out just to throw away trash. What AF-seeking genius. In their apocalypse, that's quite unique. Main thinks throwing trash is normal. Their apocalypse doesn't really affect his daily life. If you guys need any help, just let me know. The bald thug gets annoyed. You really are AF-seeking idiot. We eat well and live well up here, and you ask if we need help. Your brain is totally fried. Believe it or not, I can just yell and zombies will chase your ass down. Main doesn't want to waste time. He waves, says goodbye, and walks away. But his attitude pisses the thugs off. Let's lure the zombies. I want to see someone get chased by zombies for fun. Besides, we are absolutely safe on the second floor. Unless zombies can fly, then the four of them start howling like a bunch of wolves, making a ton of noise. But after yelling for several minutes, not a single zombie appears downstairs. Where the FCK are the zombies? Are there no zombies around here? Impossible. There's no way there are so few. Main walks to the gate of the opposite building and looks back. Don't rush, they are coming, then he vanishes from their sight. The thugs couldn't hear what Main said. What a bummer. Couldn't lure zombies to kill that idiot. The next second, the ground suddenly shakes violently. They hear incredibly heavy footsteps approaching. Holy SHT. Here they come. What is that noise? Just as they speak, a gigantic, hideous face appears outside the window of the second floor. After those three thugs are trampled to death by the giant zombie, Main walks into a bookstore on the first floor of the opposite residential building. But as he walks up the stairs, he hears the cry of a human baby. When he reaches the landing on the corner, he sees a woman hanged to death. Her child is still alive. Why did she choose to commit suicide? Isn't this giving up the child's last chance of survival? Although the baby keeps crying, its voice is already very weak. Main takes the baby from the woman's embrace, trying to use his warm hands to soothe its emotions. Then inside the baby's blanket, he finds a diary. It reads, no rescue. No food. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I know I'm dying. I saw those people turn into zombies after death. I don't want to bite my child. While I still have strength, I should prepare for the end. I'm afraid of hurting my child. I must endure the pain, smash my teeth, and bind my mouth with tape. This way, even if I turn into a zombie, I won't bite my baby. My child's name is Meng Meng. If anyone finds her, I hope you can let her survive. I know a baby is a burden in their apocalypse. If you want to kill her, please don't just throw her outside. I don't want her to be eaten by zombies. After reading the diary, Main sighs deeply. Rest in peace. I'll do my best to let your child survive. As soon as he speaks, a basketball eerily rolls to Main's feet. The next moment, a zombie that looks like Garfield lunges at him. This zombie is much faster than any other zombie Main has encountered before. He gently draws Frostmourne. He finds it strange. With such a strong zombie here, how could the baby survive? But soon, he realizes this zombie might be using the baby as bait, waiting to ambush and hunt humans. Thinking of this, with one strike, he slices the speed-evolved zombie in half, gaining 3 attribute points at once. This intelligent zombie baffles Main, because the zombies he usually meets all look incredibly stupid. Inside the flesh of this dead zombie, a red crystal actually drops out. Main, being crazy, comes up with a reason. The zombie must have been studying in this bookstore. Knowledge truly is power. Learning makes you progress. Since I'm here, I'll just buy some test papers and exercise books for Feifei. She looks like a girl who loves studying. When she sees these later, she'll be thrilled to pieces. Meanwhile, in an underground desert base, a professor stares in amazement at a sealed crystal. Was this extracted from the head of a mutated zombie? A beautiful female officer reports. Yes, this zombie was quite special. That's why we went to inspect its corpse, and found this crystal inside its head. The professor eagerly asks the officer to explain. Quickly tell me the details, the officer reports truthfully. Xiangnan fired the first shot at the scene. He used a sniper rifle. One shot hit the zombie directly in the head. But the zombie didn't die. Instead, it kept moving and charged toward our base at high speed. Xiangnan fired several more shots, all hitting its head. Only when its head was completely blown apart did it finally fall. Before encountering this zombie, the zombies we dealt with could be killed not just by guns, but even ordinary iron pipes to the head. But this time, a direct headshot couldn't kill it. This is simply unbelievable. The professor believes the zombies are evolving. But how did it evolve so much that headshots can't kill it? It's just like a demon. Right now, the only domestic bases we can still contact are the Dragon Palace base and Galaxy base. But the zombies outside are continuously evolving. Can we really save this world? Suddenly, the female officer blushes and says she has an unconventional, a well-thought-out idea. Back in the countryside, I loved reading. Many zombie novels talk about crystals in their heads. It's a necessary material for evolution. When humans kill zombies and get the crystal, they can absorb its energy and evolve into superhumans. I wonder if this crystal works the exact same way. The professor never reads novels, so he has no clue. Hearing the word zombie novel, he's baffled. To think that just half a month into their outbreak, some zombies have already evolved intelligence, using human babies as bait to hunt even more humans. And inside their bodies, they actually hide crystals that can enhance abilities. Meanwhile, Maine leaves the bookstore after saving the baby. But walking brazenly down the street attracts their attention of an influencer. She's a somewhat famous cake influencer, always wearing Lolita dresses while baking. Suddenly, Maine glances in Su Xiaoxiao's direction. Terrified, she immediately covers her mouth and shrinks below the windowsill. Oh no, he looked this way. Was I discovered? Maine did indeed see a figure flash by, guessing it was a survivor. But right then, a car pulls up in front of the police station. After confirming there are no zombies around, 4 men from the Huang gang step out of the car. At this moment, Maine actually greets them. Even though they are a distance away, he can still smell a thick stench of blood coming from these guys. Buzzcut is startled. With so many zombies outside, we actually see a living person on the street. Perm asks the group if they should kill him. Manbun says there's no need for now to avoid alerting the horde. They came out today with a mission from the boss. Perm agrees. If we don't find what the boss wants, we'll be skinned alive when we get back. Meanwhile, Baldy sizes Maine up from the car. This kid isn't running. Once our guys get the guns and come out, I'll tie him to the back of the car and let the zombies chase and tear him apart. But Baldy just blinks and sees Maine suddenly leaning right against his window with a sinister smile. Maine thinks this guy is sketchy, so he friendly asks what they are up to. Baldy is scared half to death. He thinks to himself, what the hell? Was he just over there? How did he instantly appear at my window? Just then, the other 3 walk out of the police station with stolen guns. This kid is still here. What are you two talking about? Baldy asks weakly. Did you guys find what the boss wanted? Buzzcut answers. Why else would I be here? With these babies, our lives will be super comfortable from now on. Perm asks Maine out of curiosity. Kid, you got some guts. Running around the streets all alone like this. How exactly did you survive until now? Maine answers completely seriously. When I meet zombies, I usually communicate with them first, tell them not to be impulsive. If they don't listen, I act in self-defense and slash them to death. This leaves Perm with a head full of question marks. Is there something wrong with my comprehension skills? What the hell is he talking about? Meanwhile, Buzzcut has run out of patience. He immediately pulls out a pistol and aims it at Maine. Kid, do you f-seeking know what this is? Maine's face shows absolutely no surprise. So you 4 went in there just now to steal guns, right? Buzzcut is very displeased. Are you sick in the head? In times like this, do we even need to steal? It's their apocalypse. Every single person we killed before this begged bitterly for their lives. Are you looking down on me or what? Just as Buzzcut is blabbering on and on, a flash of sword light suddenly streaks by. His arm is instantly severed from his body. Maine apologizes to Buzzcut. Oh my bad. I've been defending myself against zombies so much, I got used to slashing, and totally forgot you were human. This situation is completely beyond their expectations. Man Bun hurriedly draws his pistol. But just as he is about to pull the trigger, Maine slices him in half with a single strike. The other 2 are frozen in pure terror. This guy's attack speed is so fast I can barely see it. Is he really still human? Baldy in the car wakes them up. You guys are screaming too loud. The zombies will be here any second. Get in soon. From every street and alleyway, a massive tide of zombies floods in. Like rabid dogs, they desperately lunge at the car. Baldy slams the gas pedal and speeds away, abandoning his 3 comrades. Kid, I'll remember what happened today. Wait till I report to the boss. He definitely won't let you off. Seeing Baldy slip away, the other 2 are shocked. You mother of seeker. We haven't even got in yet. Come back here. Maine puts his weapon away. Even their enthusiastic zombies couldn't stand it. Even though they've never been very friendly, when they find out there are criminals, they bravely step up, leaving the 2 of you daring to be angry but not daring to speak. Thinking, what the FCK do you mean enthusiastic zombies? Didn't you attract them by hacking people? Then Maine jumps up to the 2nd floor of a nearby building. Not exactly flying, but with his current physical stats, this is just basic movement. The 2 men stare at Maine's retreating back in shock. Because even the world's best high jumper couldn't reach that height. But soon, the zombies swarm them, frantically tearing into the bodies of these mafia thugs. Maine slashes a mafia member in half with 1 strike. Then he jumps to the 2nd floor of the opposite building, letting the zombie tide tear the remaining mafia thugs apart alive. Such a huge commotion instantly alerts Su Xiaoxiao, the cake influencer. So many zombies over there. Could they have been lured by that guy wandering outside earlier? I don't know what he was thinking. It's so dangerous outside, yet he still wandered around. Now he's probably bit to death by zombies, but suddenly Maine presses his face against Su Xiaoxiao's glass window. She is so terrified she collapses onto the floor. She wonders in shock. This is the 2nd floor. How the hell did this guy's face appear outside my window? Maine is standing on the AC unit. He thinks the girl is just traumatized by their apocalypse. She definitely can't accept me right now. I need to give her enough buffer time. From now on, I'll come to her window every day and smile at her once. I'll melt her heart with kindness, letting her know I mean no harm, and there's no need to be so scared. Inside, Suzayak Xiao has already grabbed a fruit knife. I'm doomed. I've been discovered. What should I do? I definitely can't outrun him. He'll surely inform other survivors. I absolutely cannot let them catch me. Even if I can't stab him, I can stab myself. I won't let him play with my warm body. Meanwhile, in the Huang Gang's Shanshui Heiyun villa, the baldy who narrowly escaped death bursts into the hall in terror. Boss, we're in trouble. A scarred man is smoking a cigar. He finds it weird. How come 5 went out but only 1 came back? Baldy exaggerates the story. Boss, when we reached the station, we unexpectedly ran into another group of survivors. They hid in the shadows, secretly watching our operation. Just as we found the firearms inside the police station, those bastards actually lured the zombies over. I told the brothers to get in the car quickly, but there were simply too many zombies. They blocked their path. In the end, I could only drive away. He thinks I absolutely cannot let the boss know it was just one F-seeking guy. And I was so terrified by the horde that I didn't even wait for them to get in. I just ran away directly. Holy SHT, why isn't the boss speaking? Does he want to deal with me? I've seen the boss split dozens of bricks with his bare hands. He can even shatter a cobblestone with one slap. Wang Dafu glares at Baldy for a while. He stubs out his cigar on Baldy's forehead. Why didn't you die out there? Baldy endures the excruciating pain. I absolutely cannot scream out loud, otherwise, if I annoy the boss, I'll really be dead. After Wang Dafu extinguishes his cigar, Baldy finally answers pitifully, boss, I just wanted to live so I can keep driving for you. Although Wang Dafu is annoyed, he doesn't do anything to Baldy. He throws away his cigar and lets the useless Baldy go. Wang Dafu has always wanted to clear out their entire villa area, use it as his home base, and continuously expand his territory. He didn't expect another team in the city, had also thought of getting guns from the police station. The next day inside Sunshine Complex, Grandma Zhu Gaifan is in the yard, planting the seeds Main brought back. Meanwhile, Zhu Aijun and Wang Jiangguo, the 2 old gentlemen, are responsible for tying wooden boards at all the complex entrances to fortify defenses. On the other side, Grandma Liang is tutoring Feifei. One-on-one she patiently teaches her math, physics, and chemistry. But just as Feifei finally finishes her exercises, she finds several more books suddenly appear on her desk. Main actually thinks Feifei will be very happy. I can tell you're a child who loves to study. I bought these back for you last night. Little does he know, tears are already welling up in Feifei's eyes. It looks like she's going to burst into tears any second. But right then, the baby in Main's arms beats her to it and starts wailing loudly. Lai Mei asks where this child came from. Main doesn't even know where to start. I remember Grandma Zhu used to be a military doctor. Let her check the baby's condition for me. Hearing the baby's cry from the yard, Zhu Gaifan hurries over quickly. Quick, bring her here, let me see. Thankfully you found her in time. If you were even a little bit later, this child probably wouldn't have survived. But we can't be careless right now. The baby's immunity is very low. Her bottom is infected, and some parts of her body are infected too. She needs careful nursing to recover. Main, what is this child's name? Main answers, her mom's diary only said her name is Ming Meng. Zhu Gaifan says the child doesn't have a last name, so she might as well take Main's last name. But Main disagrees. No, just call her Ming Meng. When she grows up and understands, I'll tell her everything about her mother. Lai Mei thinks Main has no experience raising kids, and the elders are too old to endure sleepless nights. She plans to take the child and raise her herself. Main is worried Lai Mei will be too exhausted, so he decides to let her help during the day, while he will take care of the baby at night. But just as everyone finishes settling the baby matter, the 2 old men suddenly shout a warning. Main, come quick. Something's wrong. A ton of zombies suddenly appeared on the street outside. Main feels a hint of suspicion. When I came back, I obviously already lost the zombies from far away. Logically, they couldn't have followed me here. Could it be that these zombies have all evolved intelligence? It was only when Main and the 2 elders checked the zombies on the street did they realize the zombie horde was lured over by a small truck. Moreover, the driver was continuously honking the horn while driving at a steady speed. The elders guess from the security footage that the driver wants to lure the zombies away, giving other survivors a chance to scavenge supplies. Main also sees the situation through the crack. 3 survivors holding steel pipes and shields, taking advantage of the lured zombies, run to a store to scavenge. But Zhu Aijun, who is watching the monitor, notices something is wrong. The small truck that lured the zombies actually turned around and came back. When those survivors see the small truck again, they realize the driver intentionally wants them dead. The driver lights a cigarette, recalling the desperate memories of the initial outbreak. Because the food at home was running out, he was forced to risk going out to find supplies. But due to lack of experience, he was spotted by the horde immediately. In that critical moment, a truck stopped right in front of him. 2 people got out, one holding a shield, the other holding a steel pipe, instantly piercing the zombies' heads. The man wanted to join their team but was rejected on the spot. But when the man said his wife and child were at home, hoping they could spare some food, surprisingly they agreed. They even let the man bring his family to their shelter. At the times, the man thought he had met good people. He never expected that when those guys saw his wife, their animalistic nature flared up. They actually tied the man up and defiled his wife's body right in front of his eyes. In the end, unable to bear the humiliation, his wife fought back and was thrown out of the 3rd floor window, falling to her death on the spot. The man wanted to fight to the death, but they took his 8-year-old daughter hostage. If the man dared to resist, his daughter would surely be tortured to death. The man finally waited for this chance to wipe out their team. He slams the gas pedal, swearing he will never let these animals go back alive. Soon, the truck crashes into the 3 animals along with the storefront. A massive amount of fire and smoke shoots into the sky. Seeing this scene, Main can't help but open the complex gate. Ignoring the old man's protests, he rushes out. Meanwhile, the man is pinned in the driver's seat by the deployed airbag. Those zombies climb onto the truck one by one, surrounding him. Maine coldly scolds the zombie horde. Can you guys leave Sunshine Complex? I have elders, a mother and daughter, and a baby here. Don't cause trouble here. The horde turns around seeing Maine. For a moment they are actually a bit bewildered. But soon their ferocious nature flares up and they lunge at Maine. Maine instantly draws Frostmourne. With just a few strikes, he slaughters over a dozen zombies. This sends a cold sweat down the spines of the two elders watching the screen. I really suspect Maine is a super soldier. This kind of strength is beyond imagination. Perhaps one day the rebuilding of civilization will start from this city. And Maine should be one of the hopes for rebuilding civilization. Afterwards, retired military Dr. Zugaifen goes up to check on the man's injuries. She finds he only has some bruises, nothing serious. Don't worry, the airbag protected him. This blood is just from his nose. Maine looks at the smoke-filled street outside. He caused all this, so he definitely has to clean it up properly. The three elders look at Maine, feeling something is off, but they also can't argue with him. A moment later, the man finally wakes up. Coughing twice, he asks, "Is this heaven?" Maine answers, "No, this is Sunshine Complex. Our home. Since you're awake, go clean up the street outside later. Otherwise, those corpses will start stinking." The man sits up, enduring the pain. "My name is Chen He. I used to be a network repairman. Thank you for saving me. But I have to go save my daughter now." "My daughter is still in their lair." Maine glares at him without speaking. He thinks trying to run away after causing trouble. Not planning to clean the street, then he makes a decision that shocks Chen He. "You go clean the street. Tell me the address, I'll run the errand. I'll go save your daughter for you. Don't worry, my fee is very cheap." After Maine saved the survivor for a 100 yuan errand fee, he agreed to bring back his 8-year-old daughter. However, while walking on the street, the two of them were spotted again by the cake influencer. "It's him. That man appeared again. And he actually caught a little girl who looks only 8 or 9 years old." Maine reflexively looks up and sees the woman hiding in the cake shop. He stops and waves friendly at Su Xiao's direction. Su Xiao breaks into a cold sweat. "Oh no, that guy is looking at me." And with such a creepy smile, then she quickly closes the curtains, hiding below the windowsill. "This beast. He couldn't catch me, so he caught a little girl instead. Just thinking about the miserable fate waiting for that little girl makes me want to cry. Damn this apocalypse. Are we just supposed to let scum like this do whatever they want?" Maine scratches his head, thinking the survivor in the cake shop is reacting really weirdly. Could their apocalypse have scared her silly, giving her mental problems? Whatever's, ignore it. Ting, survivors with mental problems are very scary. They easily hurt others. Stay away from her in the future. Meanwhile, an off-road vehicle with a massive zombie horde trailing behind it passes through the street. Suddenly, the man in the hat points forward in shock. Holy SHT, the big sis in the back, seeing him so nervous, thinks something went horribly wrong. But the hat guy points at the intersection and says, "I think that's the weird survivor we met earlier." He actually dares to wander around outside so arrogantly. And this time, he's even brought a little girl. This is way too reckless. The first thing Big Sis thinks about is the massive number of zombies trailing their car. If the zombies spot him and the girl, they'll definitely die. Left with no choice, she can only tell the driver, Old Mao, to honk quickly, trying to lure the zombies away from them. But just then, the sound of a toy singing suddenly comes from ahead, freezing the 4 people in the car. They see Maine and Ting holding a cactus toy. The toy wiggles its body, talks, and sings. The zombies lurking in the corners nearby, hearing the sound, first perk up, then as if seeing delicious food, they crazily rampage forward. The people in the car are stunned. Holy SHT. Big Sis. It looks like he stepped up and lured the zombies away for us. Big Sis's mind goes completely blank. We're done for. He's screwed. Meanwhile, at the desert base, researchers have extracted results from the zombie crystal core. The substance inside this crystal is unlike anything we know. The energy is extremely stable. The crystal's exterior is like a protective layer, structured very strangely. It's like our skin, but much harder. The professor falls into deep thought. As a survivor base, our equipment is naturally top tier. But even so, we still haven't figured out what the crystals in zombie heads actually do. He then asks the researchers to contact Dragon Palace and Galaxy bases to check their progress. The researcher shakes his head in disappointment. Dragon Palace and Galaxy bases still haven't found any crystals inside zombie heads. So they concluded that only special zombies have them. The professor can only accept reality. Zombies are truly evolving. This is not good news for the living. If we still can't find a way to deal with them, then humanity might really. Meanwhile, on a rooftop in the Huang district, a man holds a zombie crystal. I got it. Just like in the novels. Zombies really have crystals in their heads. To get this, I sacrificed 7 of my comrades. Absorbing it makes you stronger. Then I'll keep killing zombies, get stronger, and rule the apocalypse. By then, what could I possibly not obtain? My time to shine has finally come. As visions flash through his mind, he swallows the crystal whole. Let this power change my body. Give me superhuman strength. I will become the king of their apocalypse. 365 days a year, a different woman every day, but a moment later, Zhang Hao feels absolutely no change in his body. How is this possible? Is this crystal useless? This isn't what the novel said. Suddenly, a sharp pain shoots through his abdomen. Thinking the crystal is taking effect, he rolls on the ground, clutching his stomach. His expectant look is undeniable, his mind full of a beautiful future. But finally, unable to endure it, he coughs up blood. Jiang Hao realizes something is wrong. A look of terror appears on his face. The thick blood actually contains chunks of flesh. It's as if organs in his body were corroded, shattered, and spewed right out. Just to earn a 100 yuan errand fee, Main actually crossed several streets in the apocalypse to help bring an 8-year-old girl back to her father. When he returns, his clothes are splattered with zombie blood. Grandpa Wang quickly reminds Chen He, Main's delivery efficiency is high. Little Chen, hurry up and pay Main his fee. Chen He is confused. It's the apocalypse, what's money for? But he obediently takes out 100 yuan as a reward. Main smiles happily. No need to thank me. You pay, I run errands. It's my duty. Chen He is stunned. He thought everyone was just messing with him, but he didn't expect Main to actually accept it. And this 100 yuan was even prepared for him in advance by Grandpa Wang. He whispers to Grandpa Wang, is there something wrong with Main? But Grandpa Wang scolds him, what could be wrong? Buying things with money is totally normal. Apocalypse or not, this is how we do things in Sunshine Complex. Think about it carefully. Such behavior is actually the existence of order. With order comes a future. Grandpa Zhu chips in actually, at first, we thought Main had a loose screw just like you did. But it's different now. This is a realm of thought. Those who get it. Chen He suddenly feels his brain isn't enough. Although he doesn't quite understand what the elders are saying, he feels a sense of awe. Just then, the clock tower on Xiangyang Road suddenly strikes the noon bell. Grandma Zhu checks the time, it's exactly 12 o'clock. She guesses someone specifically fixed the clock tower to lure zombies away, creating time for nearby survivors to scavenge. Zhu Aijun nods. I don't know which survivor did this, but they are a true saint. It shows that in times of crisis there is still hope. While the elders are chatting, the zombies, hearing the bell, have already rushed under the clock tower. The people who fixed the tower also see this, and prepare to scavenge nearby. Hurry up. Move out. We only have 2 minutes to gather supplies. Take as much as you can. But right then, the ground suddenly shakes violently. Big sis. Wait, something's happening inside the zombie horde. A massive, muscular zombie casually swings its arms, tearing a path open by force. That zombie leaps up and jumps directly onto the clock tower. It roars fiercely and smashes the ringing bell to pieces. Seeing this, everyone is frozen in shock. Damn it. Some of these zombies have really evolved intelligence. Does human civilization really have any hope of continuing? Over at Sunshine Complex, the elders are wondering why the bell stopped before striking 12 times. They guess something happened over there. Grandpa Wang looks at Main beside him and says, Main, the apocalypse is here, danger is everywhere. But hope always exists. It's just that this hope needs someone to discover it, someone to lead it. Someone to amplify this hope just a little bit, so others can see it, or even touch it a little bit. There's a good saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Whatever we do, we can't just think about ourselves. If we don't take on our responsibilities, then one day human society will disappear too. The power of a single person is weak. It's impossible to do it all alone. So at this time, a leader must emerge to give a gentle push. To unite everyone's abilities and beliefs, becoming bigger and stronger. Hearing Grandpa Wang's words, Main looks completely bewildered. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Grandpa Wang's expression changes, realizing Main's thought process is a bit different. Talking to him like this definitely won't work. I have to use a method he understands. Main, how about this? I know there's a real estate agency nearby. You want to make more money, right? Why don't you work part-time, take some flyers, and see if any survivors want to move to our complex? If there are, not only can you help survivors in distress, but you can also earn a lot of agency fees. Hearing about part-time jobs and making money, stars immediately pop up in Main's eyes. He runs straight for the gate. Grandpa Wang, I'll go do it right now. Grandma Zhu thinks tricking Main like this isn't good. But Grandpa Wang doesn't think it's a trick. I've been in the army 4 years. Main is the strongest person I've ever seen. So strong he doesn't seem human. Maybe Main is the last hope for humanity. Main simply punches through the security door. The beautiful influencer he saves pulls out a knife and points it at her throat. She'd rather die than be captured and treated like in those Jav movies. Tortured every day, played with every day, and finally trained like a dog. It turns out, after Grandpa Wang tricked Main into going out to find survivors, he used their excuse of being a rental agent to look for fated clients. But after just wandering a few streets, he sees an Audi driving toward him. The man in the car asks if Main wants to survive the apocalypse together. But Main flatly refuses. No need. I'm working and I already have a place to live. Hearing this, the man doesn't even hesitate. He slams the gas and speeds off. The woman in the passenger seat feels a bit guilty. Are we really just leaving him? Our car engine will attract a horde of zombies. I have no choice. It's their apocalypse, we can only help within our limits. He rejected us himself. And, from that one sentence, I feel like that kid might be a psycho. Meanwhile, a massive horde of zombies is rushing at Main with the speed of a 100-meter dash. Obviously, these ordinary zombies have also evolved. But Main's current stats can no longer be measured by the word terrifying. With one slash, he shreds a huge chunk of the zombie horde. Severed limbs and organs fly everywhere. After finally dealing with these zombies, they really are harder to kill than before. They are definitely evolving. But luckily, I have my cheat system. I'm constantly getting stronger too. After clearing the zombies, Main reflexively looks up and sees an SOS signal writ on a window of an apartment. It's a 19-year-old dance streamer, Yan Nini. Her looks and figure are top tier. She has over 1 million followers. Since their apocalypse hit, she's been hiding at home. Because she eats very little, she managed to survive until now. On the third day, she heard knocking and voices outside her door. It was her manager Liu Hong and his younger brother Liu Bing. They live downstairs. That Liu Bing is a lazy gambler. His eyes always looked at Nini weirdly before. Now that it's their apocalypse, if Liu Bing wants to do something to her, Liu Hong definitely won't stop him and might even help him. So up until now, Yan Nini hasn't dared to open the door for them. No matter how they coax her, she never opens it. But now her food is completely gone. She's clearly going to starve to death here. Outside, Liu Bing keeps describing Yan Nini's figure to his sister. That waist. That ass. This. Just thinking about it makes me lose control. But that damn security door is too solid. Forcing it open won't work. Liu Hong glares at him. It's your own fault. I told you not to be so obvious at the start, Liu Bing smirks. It's their apocalypse now. Why do I need to hold back? But right then. Footsteps echo from outside. Ziz, keep quiet. I think someone's out there. Liu Bing's words put Liu Hong on high alert instantly. Liu Bing carefully looks through the peephole to check outside. Just then, Main knocks on door 1705. Excuse me, is anyone there? Yan Nini has never felt such despair. She huddles in the corner, screaming, don't come near me. Let me go. She thinks it's Liu Bing, that bastard, coming back again. I'm really having a breakdown. I just want to grab a knife from the kitchen and end it. But that bastard definitely won't spare my corpse. Main stands outside and knocks for a long time, but no more sounds come from inside. A bad feeling suddenly wells up in his heart. Could the person inside be too weak to call for help? I can't just stand here and do nothing. Thinking this, Main just violently punches through the security door. Entering the room, he sees a beautiful woman holding a small knife, trembling in fear. Main tells her not to be nervous. But how could Yan Nini not be nervous? In the apocalypse, her door was just busted open by a stranger. Main recognizes her as the dance streamer Nini. I even tipped you $100 when I watched your stream. I usually watch for free and never tip, but your dances are really good. Nini presses the knife against her own neck and screams, don't come closer. If you move, I'll die right in front of you. I won't let you have me. Once in her dorm, she and her best friend watched a Jav movie where a woman was captured, tortured, and played with every day. And in the end, trained like a dog. She used to think movies were fake, but now she believes humans can really do such horrific things. Main states he means no harm. I'm a real estate agent. Passed by and saw the SOS signal on your window, so I came up to check. As for the door, I'm incredibly sorry. I heard no sound later and thought you were in trouble, so I had no choice. Yan Nini is a bit stunned. Agent, SOS signal. In trouble. More importantly, can a normal person punch through a security door? The man clearly blew the security door apart with one punch, yet tells the female streamer inside not to be nervous. But how could she not be nervous? She directly holds a small knife to her throat, claiming that even if blood splatters right here, she absolutely won't let him get her body. Main quickly explains that he's a rental agent. He happened to pass by, saw their SOS signal, and came up. I swear to God. I really just came to check on you and pitch some rentals while I'm at it. I see your living conditions aren't great. Have you considered moving? If you're interested, I recommend Sunshine Complex. Although it's an old complex under my management, it's quiet, clean, safe, and reliable. The tenants are elites from all walks of life. We have a doctor, a teacher, a highly decorated veteran, a retired military expert, and a network repairman. The complex has full gym equipment downstairs and self-developed farmland. Most importantly, the rent is affordable. Hearing Main's words, Yan Nini's expression slowly shifts from fear to clarity. Main sees her expression change. He feels more confident. She's already starting to relax her guard and slowly accepting me, then he starts his pitch. Though apocalypse is here, I understand your fear. A pretty girl like you must find it hard to cope with this awful environment. But true love still exists in this world. We should strive towards the light. Come, put the knife down. Take a close look at this flyer. Maybe you'll be interested. Yan Nini looks at the flyer in her hand, feeling absurd. She can't help but ask, wait. Who exactly are you? Main smiles, didn't I just say? I'm Main, an employee of Xinfeng Agency, specializing in promoting housing. If you aren't satisfied with your current living environment, you can move to Sunshine Complex. Why don't we sit down and let me give you a proper introduction? Look at this layout. Building 1, room 504. 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 60 square meters. Rent is around 1,500 a month. It has an elevator, very convenient. But I figured since you're a girl and a streamer, you must have lots of clothes. So I recommend building 2, unit 2, room 703. This one is slightly larger, absolutely perfect for you. The previous tenant was also a girl. Her lease just expired a few days ago. Yan Nini can't hold back and asks are you sick in the head? Hearing this, Main looks super annoyed. I kindly introduce things to you, why are you insulting me? If you don't want to rent, just say so. I'll just leave. Seeing Main getting up to leave, Yan Nini quickly grabs him and apologizes. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I apologize. Main sighs. Coming out to make money, you gotta have a good mindset. Fine, I accept your apology, but Yan Nini still wants to confirm. Have you always been like this? Like, not entirely normal. Don't misunderstand, I don't mean to insult you. I'm just saying. But Main cuts her off. Aren't you guys the abnormal ones? Everyone thinks just because their apocalypse is here, we don't have to follow the old rules. But isn't it exactly because of this mindset that the world has got even worse? In the apocalypse, the scariest thing isn't the zombies, it's the human heart. I'm just following the old order, living normally like before. Because I have the power to do so, Yan Nini re-evaluates Maine. She thinks even though this guy is super weird, what he says makes sense. Is he playing dumb? Because pretending to be crazy makes people lower their guard. Whatever. The door is destroyed. I'll definitely die if I stay here. I have to leave, Maine asks with a grin. So do you want to rent? Yan Nini nods repeatedly. I'll rent it. I'll rent the one you mentioned, Maine continues. Then pack your things, but Yan Nini looks confused. Maine says you're moving, don't you need to bring your stuff? Like important things, bank cards, etc. If you have cash, bring it too. The rent for this place is 1,800 a month. Yan Nini is shocked internally. Bro, I just want to leave here. What use is money now? I seriously can't tell if he's faking it or actually crazy. 10 minutes later, Maine looks at Yan Nini weirdly. You're done. Just this, Yan Nini nods, then warns Maine. There are survivors downstairs. They are very dangerous. I'm afraid we'll have a hard time leaving. Maine calmly leads her down the stairs. It's fine, I'm very strong. Yan Nini thinks about it and agrees. True, you can destroy a security door with one punch. But when they reach the next floor, the door to Liu Bing's apartment suddenly opens. He's holding a meat cleaver, blocking the way. Yan Nini, where do you think you're going? Kid, you better hand that woman over to me right FC King now and then get lost. Otherwise, I'll make you regret it. But Maine doesn't back down at all. Instead, his lips curve into a slight smirk. Sorry, I usually don't laugh. Unless I really can't help it. May I boldly ask, how exactly will you make me regret it? In order to claim the beautiful streamer's body in their apocalypse, the man actually pulls out a cleaver and blocks them in the stairwell, declaring that if Maine doesn't hand the woman over, he'll chop them into French fries. But Maine's speed is unbelievably fast. In a flash, he snatches the cleaver right out of his hand. The dumbfounded Liu Bing is even more dumbfounded. This situation feels completely unreal. Originally, he just wanted to use the cleaver to scare him into leaving Yan Nini behind. Who would have thought that in the blink of an eye, the cleaver would be snatched away? It defies science. But after taking the knife, Maine doesn't attack. Instead, he lectures Liu Bing. A meat cleaver is very dangerous. Even if you just threat someone without causing harm, it's still a violation of the Public Security Administration punishments law. This strict way of speaking completely stuns Liu Bing. He even subconsciously takes the knife back when Maine hands it over. Take it. Stop doing these wrong things. Also, if you really attack, I will defend myself. And then things will get a bit troublesome. Liu Bing stares at the cleaver, confused. What the hell is going on? I don't know how to react anymore. Yan Nini originally wanted to stop Maine from returning the knife, but it was too late. She thinks ever since I became a famous streamer, I made Liu Hong my manager. From scraping by to earning millions a year, I never mistreated her. I even treated her like a sister. Who knew she'd become such a stranger in their apocalypse? She even wants to help her brother humiliate me. Maine turns around to take Yan Nini away. Let's go, but Liu Bing stares greedily at Yan Nini. He shouts at the two to stop. Maine glances at Liu Bing from the corner of his eye and asks coldly, do you need something else? Liu Bing grips the cleaver and takes a few steps forward. He thinks this little girl has been making me itch for a long time. I absolutely cannot let her go. You taking her away means you want her body too, right? Maine feels like his character is being insulted. Show some respect when you speak. Liu Bing looks at Yan Nini with a vile gaze. You better think this through. If you stay here, it's just me. But if you leave with him, who knows? Maybe several, maybe dozens. Fat, short, ugly, all taking turns making you wish you were dead. Can you imagine that scene? It's their apocalypse. No laws, no morals, no one will treat you like a human being. Staying is your best choice because you only have to deal with me. These filthy words constantly bombard Yan Nini's brain. Liu Bing, stop dreaming. I'd rather die than stay. Rejected. Liu Bing's eyes turn crazy and fierce. It's all that guy's fault. Otherwise, Yan Nini would never be this stubborn. The cleaver being snatched earlier must have been my own carelessness. Normal people don't have that speed. Brainwashing himself, Liu Bing goes completely insane. Roaring, he swings the gleaming meat cleaver viciously at Maine. Seeing this, Yan Nini turns pale with fright and repeatedly yells for Maine to watch out for the knife. For Liu Hong, she knows Yan Nini is terrified silly. I just need to help my brother. Subdue that man later, but who could have predicted? Liu Bing's vision suddenly goes black and he goes flying. It seems something smashed into his body, instantly slamming him against the wall, creating a spiderweb of cracks. Maine slowly retracts his right leg. He explains he brought this upon himself. I was just defending myself. Yan Nini is utterly dumbfounded. This guy is incredibly strong. In the blink of an eye, Liu Bing is just gone. Naturally, Liu Hong doesn't dare to tangle with them anymore, and hurriedly checks if her brother is still breathing. The two walk down several flights of stairs. Yan Nini notices the stairwell is full of rubble and severed limbs. Did you kill all these zombies? Maine explains, when I came here, these zombies were wandering around and then lunged at me. I had no choice but to act in self-defense. Yan Nini really wants to ask what exactly his profession is. Maine explains helplessly, didn't I already tell you? I'm an employee of Xinfeng Agency right now. Of course Yan Nini doesn't believe it. This plot totally feels like a short drama script. Working a seemingly ordinary job, but secretly a hidden op boss. Are you always out and about like this? Maine replies, yeah. Their apocalypse makes a lot of things inconvenient. I need to make money to support myself. Don't just see me as an agent. Actually, I'm also a security guard. I maintain order in the complex. Grandpa Wang in our complex even pays me a salary for it. Yan Nini gets another key piece of information. You said you're a security guard. Then, do you also have a side gig delivering food or something? Main shakes his head. No, but occasionally I run errands for survivors to earn some extra cash. Yan Nini is very satisfied with the information she got. It all matches. It all matches. Agent, security guard, delivery runner. These are absolutely the surface jobs of a hidden dragon king. I accidentally clung to a massive lifeline. I'm so lucky. Thinking of this, she can't help but laugh out loud. But Main looks at Yan Nini with a weird expression. What a pity. Such a nice girl, why does she have to be a fool? The first time Main brings a beautiful streamer home, Grandpa Wang of the complex misunderstands that he brought a woman back to communicate. He even kindly reminds him to communicate more while he's young. Otherwise, when he's old, the communication will look like this little girl, want a date? Grandpa, I think you're about to expire. It's not appropriate, but I have a pension. Imagining this, Main shivers immediately. Grandpa, what the heck are you talking about? Just then, Lai Mei brings the food to the table and loudly calls Main and the others to eat. Main introduces Lai Mei to Yan Nini. This is Sister Lai. Her cooking is top-notch. And this is her daughter Fei Fei. Fei Fei, seeing Yan Nini for the first time, thinks she's very pretty. Uncle Main will definitely like you a lot. Yan Nini doesn't explain anything but rubs Fei Fei's head and praises her for being a cute child. Then Main introduces Chen He and his daughter Ting Ting. Brother Chen is a network repair expert. The super awesome kind. And these four elders are Grandpa Wang, Zhongyuo and Zhuazhen, and Grandma Lang Yan and Zhu Gaifan. They are all super amazing seniors. After introducing everyone, Main brings Yan Nini to the table to eat. Yan Nini hasn't had such delicious home-cooked food in a long time. Sister Lai, your cooking is incredible, Lai Mei laughs. Eat more if you like it. In the apocalypse, many things are hard to find, but I think our current meals are considered very good in times like this. Yan Nini never expected that in the apocalypse, there would be such a happy and warm place. Looks like I bet right. Maybe God blessed me to meet Main. Then Wang Zhongguo asks, girl, how did you solve the water problem where you lived before? Don't misunderstand. As an old soldier, a retired officer, I know that in harsh environments, water is the most important thing. Just asking out of curiosity, Yan Nini answers honestly, Grandpa, tap water is drinkable. I was afraid before too. What if zombies fell into the water plant? Would they pollute the water supply? But later I was so thirsty I drank tap water and found absolutely no problems. Chen He is both surprised and happy. We never dared to use tap water. We relied entirely on the bottled water Brother Main brought back. I didn't expect the water plant's water to be clean. If zombies polluted the water source but humans don't get infected, that's a good thing for us survivors. But Grandpa Wang is considering more than just that. As far as I know, the water plant draws water from the river. It requires various processes to treat. Otherwise, the water sent to every household would be murky sewage. But now, the water from the tap is clear. It is crystal clear. I suspect there's a survivor still working at the water plant. That's why the tap water is still clean, Zhuazhen nods. It seems the water plant really has a survivor providing us with clean water. A person like that shouldn't be left there to die when their food eventually runs out. Main shovels rice into his mouth happily. I'll go check it out later. I know the location of the water plant. Yan Nini, being a newcomer, doesn't know the situation yet. But, won't you be in danger? Main continues to shovel food. Danger doesn't exist for me. Even if there is danger, I still have to go see him. I don't understand how the plant works, but water is vital to us all. For a survivor to maintain the water supply during such critical times, someone like that shouldn't be left in peril. At the very least, he deserves a bowl of hot, fragrant rice. Main finishes his meal and prepares to leave. All right, I'm heading to the water plant now. If you guys have anything you need, I can run an errand for you. Usual rule, 100 yuan per errand. Hearing this, everyone stands up to ask Main to bring back supplies. In the blink of an eye, he is completely surrounded. Yan Nini asks Grandpa Wang in total confusion, Grandpa, is Main actually a super soldier? Grandpa Wang doesn't answer. He thinks you'll have to figure that out yourself. The scene shifts to Wang City's water plant. A bald man sits in the control room, sighing continuously. His mental state seems to have reached its absolute limit. Eating, drinking, and relieving himself are all done in here. The environment inside the room has become foul long ago. Doggy, I think I can't hold on much longer. My mental state is terrible. Look at that closed door. I keep feeling like it's glowing. As if opening it would reveal the light outside. I'm just an ordinary guy, I can't keep this up. I really want to crawl out through the raw water pipe. That leads away from the city, there definitely wouldn't be zombies. But if I leave the city, what will happen to the survivors? Wouldn't they lose the water they need to survive? Do you think I should keep holding on here? The little dog barks twice, giving him an affirmative answer. The man ties a smartphone to the local dog's back, letting it lure all the nearby zombies away. Because the man must routinely check the plant's equipment. Otherwise, the city's water supply will stop, and the survivors will be pushed into despair. Even a dog is trying so hard to help humans. As a human myself, I can't give up easily. On the other side, the dog uses its small body to easily navigate the narrow areas of the plant. At first, it was calm and handled it with ease. But suddenly, one of the zombies gets a massive speed boost. Every step it takes whips up a fierce gust of wind. In the blink of an eye, it forces the dog into a dead end. But in this life or death moment, Main happens to ride past on his bicycle. He spots a very peculiar zombie. But whether they are human or zombie, he always casually greets them out of habit. Seeing Main, the zombie immediately switches targets. Why bother with a tiny dog that isn't even enough to fill the gaps in its teeth? The zombie pumps its four limbs and rapidly lunges right at Main. And Main prepares to draw his sword. The next second, a flash of the blade. A powerful shockwave sweeps past. From its head down to its crotch, the zombie is sliced open instantly. Even the crystal inside its body is slashed in half. Main flicks Frostmourne, splattering the black slime onto the ground. I told you not to attack me randomly. That's a very dangerous thing to do. Okay, the rescued dog comes over and kneels in front of Main, wagging its tail to show its cuteness and gratitude. Main pats the dog's head. What a cute doggy. Can you take me to find the survivor here? The dog seems to understand Main's words. Wagging its tail, it leads him to find its master. The ordinary zombies wandering along the way are naturally cleaned up by Main. The more Main looks at the dog, the more he likes it. This really is a smart dog. Soon, the dog leads Main back to its and its master's hideout. But inside, it's completely empty. Clearly, the master ran into danger and hasn't returned. Main sees the dog's anxiousness. He pats its head again and tells it to lead the way. Meanwhile, inside the water plant's filter room, Wang Kai sits in the corner, looking utterly devastated. Damn it. Just my luck. I haven't even finished checking their equipment and was spotted by zombies. I don't know how Doggy is doing right now. There are still zombies outside, it's too dangerous to go out. But if I don't go back to their room when Doggy gets back, no one will open the door for it. It will definitely die out there, but just as he falls into despair, a dog's bark actually comes from outside. Wang Kai's mouth drops open, his breathing becoming rapid. Have my hallucinations got this severe? Then he hears a human voice. Wang Kai can't believe there are humans outside. He tells himself he absolutely cannot go open the door. But outside, Main calls out a few times, gets no response, and directly smashes the iron door open. Hello, I'm Main. I'm a security guard, agent, and errand boy from Sunshine Complex. I'm a good guy. I have no ill intentions. I'm just here to look for survivors. Seeing a human, Wang Kai bursts into tears. But at this moment, he still thinks it's a hallucination. How could anyone come here? And even if they did, how could it be a security guard? Solid proof. It's definitely a hallucination. I'm dead. Zombies must have already broken in, and I'm just hallucinating before I die. But Main pats Wang Kai's shoulder, giving him a real physical sensation. Don't be afraid. I'm here to pick you up. You're safe now. Just a few words deal an unimaginable impact to Wang Kai's soul. He buries his head in Main's chest and cries uncontrollably. Finally. Someone finally came to save me. I thought everyone had forgot about me. Main smiles warmly. He who gathers firewood for the masses must not freeze to death in the snow. You are a hero of this city. I'm sorry I'm late. Flashback ends. This is a crystal dropped from the body of a high-level zombie. Swallowing it won't give you superhuman strength. Instead, it makes human blood boil, ultimately causing death by coughing up blood. It turns out after Main saved Wang Kai from the water plant, he brought him back to Sunshine Complex. He even served him a bowl of fragrant white rice. Ting is scared by the way he is wolfing it down. Sister Fei has this uncle never eat before. Fei answers Ting. I feel like this uncle must be the reincarnation of white rice. That's why he loves white rice so much. Hearing how Ting addresses Fei, Main feels strange. Fei, Ting is older than you. Why is she calling you sister? Fei replies smugly, HMPH. During this time, I've already got her completely under my control. Calling me sister isn't too much to ask, right? Meanwhile, the dog sitting next to Wang Kai looks completely confused. Why does Master look so starving? Was he happily eating dog food with me just this morning? Before long, Wang Kai finishes a huge bowl of white rice. I'm so sorry. I was just too hungry and ate a bit too much. Lai Mei smiles and shakes her head. It's fine. Being able to eat is a blessing. It's just that you came suddenly, and I didn't have time to cook side dishes. Please don't mind, Grandpa Wang pats Wang Kai's shoulder, praising him. Young man, you are amazing. Staying at the plant for so long, the fact that we can use clean water is all thanks to you. Wang Kai thinks those things aren't worth mentioning. You flatter me, Grandpa. I'm an employee of the water plant, it's my duty. Being locked in there with nothing to do, I just did whatever I could. Grandpa Wang laughs. Just my duty, you say. Your casual duty kept all the survivors in Huang City alive. In their apocalypse, water is crucial. Without water, it's near impossible for anyone to survive. At this point, Main approaches Wang Kai. Do you want to move to Sunshine Complex? I'm a part-time employee at Zinfeng Agency. If you want to move to Sunshine Complex, I can find a place for you. Find a place. These words catch Wang Kai off guard. He thinks there's some hidden meaning. Grandpa Wang quickly translates what Main means is, if you want to live here, he can find an apartment for you. The rent isn't expensive, about 1,600 or 1,700 a month. Even though it's their apocalypse, our complex still follows the old order. Wang Kai's eyes widen. He nods, seeming to understand, but also feeling completely lost. Lai Mei chimes in to explain, you'll get used to it. Grandpa Wang is the one among us who understands Brother Main best. He was just afraid Brother Main spoke too bluntly and you wouldn't understand at all. Grandpa Wang continues, young man, you might seem ordinary just like any other regular youth. You get scared sometimes, but when push comes to shove, you still step up. That's what I like about you, Wang Kai mutters inwardly. Is this supposed to be a compliment? As Grandpa Wang speaks, he can't help but recall an old comrade. Back when I fought in the war, I had a comrade who usually looked very cowardly, always talking in a very effeminate way. But in critical moments, he actually dared to carry explosives to blow up tanks. It was completely beyond my expectations. Later I realized humans have cowardice, bravery, and all sorts of unflattering traits. That's what makes a complete person. In crucial moments, the courage they can burst out with is unimaginable. Only then does Wang Kai understand Grandpa Wang's meaning. He thinks so this old man is the life mentor of this complex. Main leans in and says, I have a great apartment I can introduce to you. 5th floor, room 504. Monthly rent is 1,400. Very cost-effective. Wang Kai instinctively asks, do I pay with cash or card? Main's eyes sparkle with stars. Both cash and card are fine. Wang Kai falls silent again. My savior seems totally unhinged, but I'm willing to play along. It's just a pity. In this massive apocalypse, I really have no money. Seeing him hesitating, Grandpa Wang immediately helps him out. Young people not looking for a wife, just liking to spend money recklessly. Main, deduct his rent from my card for now. When he gets his salary, he can pay me back. He just so happens to have a job. When the water plant pays him, Wang Kai has no idea what Grandpa Wang is talking about. What salary? It's their apocalypse. Who's handing out salaries? Then he recalls how after Main went to the water plant, the small horde of zombies nearby were completely wiped out. Brother Main, do you have a way to deal with zombies? Main doesn't hide it. Yeah, I'm very strong. Little do they know, Main's 3 main attributes have already reached the extraordinary level. Wang Kai thought Main had some exclusive sci-fi weapon or something. Only when Grandpa Wang and their other beauties nod vigorously to hint at him does Wang Kai catch on. He then pleads Brother Main. The water plant needs someone to check it every day. Otherwise, problems will easily occur. Like the water getting murky and full of mud. I definitely can't do it alone. So I was wondering, if you're confident in dealing with zombies, could you accompany me to the water plant every noon? Main thought it was going to be something difficult. No problem. If there's nothing else, I'll head back to my room first. You guys keep chatting, saying that he stretches and leaves. Wang Kai whispers to ask Grandpa Wang, I want to ask. What exactly is Brother Main? I feel like he's Superman, Grandpa Wang chuckles. In every era, at the most dangerous moments, heroes always appear. He is a hero and you are a hero too. As for who he is, it doesn't matter. Heroes aren't defined by their origins. We just need to know that Sunshine Complex is our sanctuary. And also the start of our hope. Let's all work together, strive to build up our complex, and pass this hope on. This is not just what we want, it's also what Main wants. The scene shifts. Over at the desert base, several researchers are organizing the data sent from Dragon Palace Base and Galaxy Base. Their base hunted down a mutated zombie, extracted the crystal from its head, but didn't discover any practical use for it. A soldier volunteered to swallow the crystal for data research, but their result was disastrous. As she says this, the female researcher opens their recorded video. This is the internal footage of swallowing the crystal. As the crystal enters the human body, it links with the flesh. The subject undergoes a transformation, their blood boiling. Ultimately, after 3 minutes, they die from massive blood loss. This proves that the theory of consuming crystals is wrong. With the current human physique, we cannot withstand the crystal. I have organized the data on the zombies encountered by Dragon Palace and Galaxy bases. Professors, please look at the screen. This zombie is classified as a strength-type zombie. Its explosive power is immense. According to Galaxy base's tests, the strength-type zombie can effortlessly flip over a 2-ton car. Its muscle density is incredibly high. Ordinary bullets can only damage the surface tissue, unable to deal significant damage to the strength-type zombie. This is a speed-type zombie. It excels at speed and climbing. Its limbs are thick and agile. Its extreme running speed reaches 150 km/h. Even faster than the king of speed, the cheetah. What's even more terrifying is that this zombie's extreme running speed won't decrease due to organ exhaustion. Once you encounter this kind of zombie, you basically have no chance of survival. This is a screamer-type zombie. It can emit a 120 decibel screech. It can cause people to feel pain, dizziness, nausea, and other symptoms. At the same time, its transmission range is wider than we thought. It can attract nearby zombies. According to Intel, this type of zombie was discovered a few days ago. Back then, this zombie could only emit a 100 decibel sound. But in just a few short days, it increased by 20 decibels. At this rate, reaching 160 decibels isn't far off. Once it reaches that level, it can rupture human eardrums. This type of zombie is far more dangerous than the first two. An old professor says in horror, in this situation, we still haven't found a way to solve the zombie crisis. And with all these bizarre mutations appearing among the zombies, does humanity really have any hope left? How long can the living survivors hold on? He is a third-class sergeant who served in the military for 9 years. But just days after going home to visit family, he encountered the so-called zombie apocalypse. Their current group consists of 4 women and 2 men. Among them, a married couple is expecting a child, about to go into labor. The husband asks Gu Heng what the situation outside is like. Gu Heng lowers his head and mutters, saying there's a massive number of zombies roaming outside, things don't look good. How is my sister-in-law doing now? Does her stomach still hurt? The husband replies, much better. But I feel like she's going to give birth any day now. I'm afraid. Gu Heng immediately pats the man's shoulder to comfort him, don't worry. I'm here. Actually, besides saying this, he has no other options. It's their apocalypse now, they definitely can't go to the hospital to deliver the baby. But giving birth here is even more dangerous. If she cries out, it will definitely attract zombies. Gu Heng is terrified she might hemorrhage during childbirth, so he wants to go out and find some medical supplies. The husband says, Brother Gu, I'll go with you, but Gu Heng flatly refuses. No need. You stay here and take care of them. My physical fitness is better than yours. If I run into danger, I can climb and escape. The man is also afraid he'd be a burden. All right. Then Brother Gu, you must be extra careful, Gu Heng nods. I'll be careful. If I see zombies, I'll run immediately, but the man was referring to zombies. Brother Gu, haven't you heard? Recently, among the survivors in this area, there's a rumor spreading about a legend of the apocalypse. One man, one sword. They say on the streets swarming with zombies outside, there is always a figure wandering around with a sword. Everyone calls him Huang City's unfading ivy. The immortal ghost of their apocalypse, Gu Heng thinks it's absurd. He thinks, what the hell is this? How did these completely unrelated words even get strung together? On the other side, in Sunshine Complex, Grandpa Wang sees Main passing by and asks why he's so busy today. Main answers, I have to patrol the complex, clear out the shops, accompany Wang Kai to the water plant, and continue my real estate gig in the afternoon. Grandpa Wang nods in approval. In the entire complex, or even the entire apocalypse, only Main is the busiest. He must be humanity's last hope. Meanwhile, Grandma Liang is patiently teaching the 2 kids. and Lai Mei, carrying the baby on her back, goes to the field to help Grandma Zhu farm. On the other side, Yan Nini happens to run into Main and calls out, "Brother Main." Main also responds, "Miss Yan." Yan Nini tells Main not to be so formal. "You can call me little Yan or Nini. My friends all call me that," but Main still replies with a totally serious face, "Okay, Miss Yan." Yan Nini says, "Brother Main, Grandpa Wang keeps telling us that hopefully, Huang City will return to its former liveliness. Do you think that's true?" Main counters, "Do you think it's true?" Yan Nini stares straight at Main. "If I hadn't met you, I definitely wouldn't believe it. But now, I believe it." Main says calmly, "You already know the answer. You also have faith. As long as you follow that faith, you will surely succeed." But Yan Nini still doesn't quite understand. "Brother Main, why do you always insist on working and making money in their apocalypse? I know a lot of people out there are hurting each other, just taking whatever they see." But Main takes 2 steps forward. "I'm afraid when the light returns, I won't be able to change back." Yan Nini is amazed internally. Is Brother Main really thinking about the future? Now I'm starting to believe Grandpa Wang's words. Maybe Brother Main really is the hope of humanity. Then she quickly chases after him, asking Main with a bright smile, "Brother Main, do you have a girlfriend?" Main answers sharply no. Yan Nini's face flushes as she continues, "I don't have a boyfriend either." "Have you ever thought about getting a girlfriend?" Main answers just as straightforwardly, "Don't need one." These 3 words deal a massive blow to Yan Nini, whose looks and figure are both top tier. I got rejected." Unwilling to give up, she chases after him and asks why. Main simply says, "Because I'm still young." "Alright, I'm not talking to you anymore. I have to go clear out the nearby zombies. As long as I keep working hard, I can definitely clear out the surrounding shops. Then I can expand my business to neighboring areas. Huang City will definitely be clean again." Yan Nini thinks about it and feels it's impossible for her to be rejected. "I get it. Brother Main isn't just rejecting me, he's telling me their apocalypse is unsettled. How can he start a family? So narrow. My perspective is too narrow." So Brother Main actually harbors such grand ambitions in his heart. Afternoon arrives. Main walks down the street as usual. That cake influencer Suzaya Xiao spots him again. Who exactly is this guy? Why isn't he afraid of zombies? Could it be there's a trick to avoiding zombies? And Main also notices the beauty observing him. Sigh, I wonder if she's recovered yet. Mental issues are very hard to treat with medicine. Usually, it requires self-regulation. Whatever, I'd better go clear the zombies from the nearby shops first. Seeing Main staring at her, she immediately panics. Oh no. Oh no. Is he finally unable to control his desires, and preparing to make a move on me, but after drawing his sword? Main suddenly remembers something. Right, there's one more thing I almost forgot. I promised to give her a smile every day. I hope my smile can melt her heart and she can recover soon, but this smile in Suzaya Xiao's eyes is completely creepy and perverted. Not again. He's staring straight at me. And that lewd, twisted smile. He really is plotting against me. To prepare the necessary medicine for the pregnant woman's childbirth in advance, this third-class sergeant risks his life and sneaks into a pharmacy to find medicine. But just as he is rummaging through the drugs, he hears a rustling sound. Although Gu Heng served in the military for 9 years, and his stamina is far superior to normal people, barehanded, he has no confidence in killing a zombie. If he makes too much noise, he will definitely die here. To be safe, he chooses to retreat quickly. Sure enough, from the pharmacy's break room, a female zombie in a white coat quickly walks out. But Gu Heng has already rushed out of the pharmacy. He thinks when they don't see prey, the zombies are very sluggish. I'm not like those idiots in the movies, who only think of running after being spotted and triggering the zombie's ferocity. Running just 1 second faster than the zombie might just rewrite the ending. That white coat zombie just glances toward the door, failing to notice that a human was just there. Meanwhile, Main also arrives nearby to clear the streets. With every slash, limbs and heads fly into the sky. He flicks the blood off Frostmourne and notices the blade seems sharper than before. It even emits a strange glow. But right then, low growls echo out, mixed with the sound of impacts. Main follows the sound. What he sees surprises him a bit. A horde of zombies is surrounding a bus. On the roof stands a man with a buzz cut. He holds a wooden stick, continuously fending off zombies climbing onto the roof. Gu Heng knows he's at a dead end, but still can't help complaining, just my damn luck. I just escaped the pharmacy, only to run into a horde wandering the street. But then Main suddenly speaks up and asks hello. Are you in trouble? Gu Heng is startled. He thinks this guy seems to have a special aura. Not wealth or power, but an aura similar to a soldier of the people. This aura definitely isn't cultivated from just a year or two in the army. It's the calm, confident aura of someone who has served for many years. I can feel it. This guy is very strong. Maybe he can save me, no. At a time like this, how can I have such unrealistic thoughts? I can't drag him down with me. Thinking this, Gu Heng shouts loudly, run. Hurry up and run. Leave me. Run away yourself. But Main, on the contrary, walks toward Gu Heng's direction. He responds at the same time, hello. Do you need my help? Gu Heng is completely dumbfounded by his actions. Not only did the guy's legs not turn to jelly from seeing the zombies, he actually spoke out loud and attracted the horde's attention. Damn it. Why won't he listen to advice? I already warned him. If he had run away just now, he definitely could have escaped. As long as he didn't make a sound, he wouldn't have attracted the zombies at all. Main, acting crazy as usual, speaks to the zombies. You guys are making things very difficult. Committing crimes in broad daylight is crossing the line. See this Frostmourne here? It's not a sword that likes to chop you up. It's a sword used for self-defense. It seems even the zombie couldn't stand listening to him anymore. It opens its split jaw, wanting to bite this psycho to death. Gu Heng's eyes widen, his face full of regret. Sigh, he's going to die along with me, but the next second. Main raises his sword and chops off the zombie's head. The fat body instantly loses its commands. Then Main follows up with a kick. He kicks the headless corpse over a dozen meters away, leaving a long trail on the ground. At this moment, Gu Hang's expression can only be described as jaw-dropping. Even the strongest guy in their unit couldn't kick a 160-170 lb fatty that far away. If this really happened, you'd think it was a scene from a martial arts movie. But obviously this is the real world. Meanwhile, the horde stops banging on the bus and changes direction to lunge at Main. There aren't that many, but still a solid 20-30 of them. With every swing of Main's sword, you can hear sonic booms from the blade cutting the air. That's the manifestation of swinging speed reaching its absolute peak. A moment later, Main looks at the corpses all over the ground looking helpless. I got the ground dirty again. This is the last thing I wanted to see. The sanitation workers have to work so hard to clean this up. Gu Hang is completely numb. He thinks this guy is absurdly ob. Is this something a human can even do? Wait a minute. One man, one sword. And wandering the streets all alone. Could you be Huang City's unfading ivy? The immortal ghost of their apocalypse. Main doesn't really understand what the buzzcut guy is babbling about. With a light jump, he lands on the roof of the bus. Hello, my name is Main. What's your name? Still in shock, Gu Hang snaps back to reality. I'm Gu Hang.